Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I am beyond excited for this package. This might be my most anticipated package that I've been waiting for this year. I know that's a bold claim, but I'm so excited. I even saved the unboxing. I took off the packaging because my wrists still are in a little bit of pain, so I wasn't able to cut through the packaging myself, so I had my partner do it. But he left me the box so that I could do this unboxing with you. Let's get into it. I'm so excited. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. Take a look at this. Wow, this is really nicely packaged. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. Okay, all right. Okay, let's get the box out of the way first. I'm so excited. So this is a package sent to me by MeePlus. They are a small business based in Hong Kong, which warmed my heart because I have family in Hong Kong and I also got to visit 2 years ago for the first time. It was just such a lovely place, so full of culture and vibrancy. So when I found out that the owners are actually based in Hong Kong, it made me smile even more. The owners are Laura and Toby. They are a couple, I believe. Oh my gosh, let me get scissors, hold on. And from what I was reading on the website, Laura has been a stationery connoisseur for years because she's been using them for years. And Toby is actually an experienced leather maker, and he's been in business for about 10 years. So even though they say that MeePlus started in 2023, they've actually been around for quite a while. It sounds like they just pivoted their products to embrace of a more analog life in journaling. Do I want to do the accessories first or the... Oh my gosh, I don't know. Let's get into the notebook first. It's packaged so nicely. But they reached out to me when they saw my plotter video and said that they really enjoyed my plotter video and loved my enthusiasm about it. And they were like, since you like your plotter planner, you might enjoy our MeePlus planner. And what sets them apart from plotter actually is that you can customize. So from plotter, you kind of just buy whatever they have in stock, which if we're gonna be real, they don't always have everything in stock. But I'm very, very excited to see how this one goes. I have a plotter in Bible size, and I just kind of felt like I couldn't go smaller than that, and I figured I might as well go up. And if all goes well, this might be my planner for 2026. Oh my gosh, the aroma, the smell, it smells good. MeePlus. Wow. Wow. You're definitely getting a luxury item. We'll go into the refills and stuff in a little bit, but let's just center on this one for a few minutes. Okay. So, oh my gosh, so their brand is called MeePlus, and according to their website, it has the cutest little name. It says, "Our name embodies our mission, helping you become the best version of me, hence MeePlus." I thought that was super cute because when you first see it, it's kind of a little random, but once you get the meaning behind it, it's actually really adorable. Okay, all right, come on. Oh, wow. That is so smooth. It's so pretty. Whoa. So I wanted something different from the Pueblo leather because I already have that in the Bible size from Plotter. And also, when I was watching MeePlus videos, a lot of people were just going over the Pueblo, I don't know why I can't say it, the Pueblo leather. And they offer, I think, 4 different types. They offer the Pueblo leather, the Butero leather, the British Bridle, which is this one, and a waxed Pueblo leather. And that one, guys, on Instagram, I scoured the internet when MeePlus first reached out to me. I was like, I've heard of you guys, but let me do a little more research before I commit to anything. I scoured the internet. I combed through every single photo on their Instagram page. I joined their Reddit, whatever those are called, group or whatever. I'm new to Reddit. And there was a pink fog wax, and it was so pretty. I asked them if they still had that one, but they said due to low demand they stopped carrying it. So I'm gonna post the picture here that I saw on Instagram. But if you guys like it, maybe we can all get them to bring it back. But this is so pretty. So that's kind of the reason I wanted to try something different, because I've already tried the other leather. So here we go. This is the Australian nut. And I was a little concerned. I asked her, Laura, if the British bridal leather, if it darkens much, because if it does, like if it starts to look black, then I don't really want it. But she told me that it actually has a pretty slow aging process and it's more subtle and gradual, so the change is less noticeable. And in person it is so pretty. I'm not usually a dark brown person, but this is stunning. Like, I'm not exaggerating. You might think I am for the sake of the video. It's actually really pretty. If everyone could get a sample of this, I'd be like, yes. All right, let me open it. Oh, wow. Okay, let's move the styrofoam that was protecting it. It's not fuzzy on the inside at all. It's almost like, wow. Oh, it smells so good. It smells really good. The outside of the notebook doesn't really smell. You have to like hold it up to your nose. But the inside, you can smell a little bit. It's so nice. Wow. Okay, so the inside is very smooth. It's almost like it's been flattened and rolled out. It reminds me of like when you try to make homemade fruit bars. It looks like that. I don't know. I've never actually had one. But look at the color difference. That is so pretty. They take about 7 to 10 days to work on it, I believe, and then it took exactly 10 days to reach me. It was shipped on September 7th and arrived on September 17th. And what's nice is that I asked them about, you know, if you're in the USA, there's been a recent adjustment to tariffs and things like that. And they said they actually did most of their changes back in May when they were affected. So their prices did go up a little bit. There are some old posts around the internet saying like this is the more affordable plotter, and then some people were upset because it wasn't quite as like an affordable plotter. It's not. It is cheaper than plotters prices, but because they had to compensate for the taxes and duties, and I don't think that's their fault. It's kind of the whole like US implementing this stuff kind of thing that caused them to up their prices, but I don't know. That's just my perspective. But yeah, they said not to worry about that because their prices online already include taxes and duties and things like that. So you're all good. This is so nice though. There's like a weird shine from the light, but it's actually very dark. Well, it's not very dark, but it's actually matte. It's not very shiny on the inside, but it's very shiny on the outside. Oh yeah, let's go over the rings. The one nice thing about them is that you can choose between 11mm rings and the 16mm rings. And I decided to actually upgrade to the 16 because I felt like I wanted to see if I could put a whole year in here. I was a little nervous that due to my wrist injuries, I wouldn't be able to do the rings, but I'm glad I can because I think the 11 in the plotter, they were so small, it's like you gotta really concentrate. Wow! Oh, so good. So these are Kraus rings that are made in Germany. Very nice. This one's a little... Alright. And you can see the logo there. It says, if it'll ever zoom in, it says Kraus. And then the really cool thing about them is actually the bar. You can choose between a silver one and a gold one and a brass one. So if you want something like the brass Kaweco Sport, I think, where it shows the patina really easily, you can choose that. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. They round the edges so you don't get cut, which I actually do get cut from the plotter that I own. So It might seem like a small detail, but it's actually really, really nice. And they do that in-house. So that's really awesome. Thank you for doing that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little bit rounded. Perfect. I think it looks really, really good with the silver and then the silver rings on the inside too. Which side was the front? I guess it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. So pretty and so smooth. There's also no branding on here, which is kind of nice. So you can just have your own personal notebook, but it's customized from MeePlus. All right, let's start customizing mine. I'm so excited. Let's see what she sent me. Okay, so another thing I noticed when I was watching some other people's videos is I don't know if people were choosing it on purpose or if they were kind of letting MeePlus decide, but I wanted contrasting accessories because you're already getting your brown or red or whatever leather cover, and I wanted to see a different like pen color loop and a different ring protector. And it doubles for another reason because I think they use the Pueblo leather to make these. So now I know if I want to buy one of their notebooks that this is what the leather would be like. Wow. Oh, that smells really good. So the Pueblo leather is more fragrant, which is in line with what my plotter is. And they do have a little bit of a debossing there that says MeePlus. I think it's really cute. Wow, this is a stunning olive foresty green. I think it looks brighter in the camera and in photos than it does in person. But I actually like it more in person than on camera. Yeah, it's more of a dark foresty green and less bright green, if that makes sense. So pretty. Like if I hold it away, that's kind of closer to what it looks like. That brightness is not it. This is more like it. Wow. So the Pueblo leather is from Italy and their British bridal leather is from the UK. I think they said Sedgwick and Co. All right, let's get into it. Oh, okay, is this how you do it? I should know by now, right? These protect your rings, kind of, and they also protect your leather. So, oh wow, wow. And I love that it'll grow into itself. So that's the one nice thing about leather. I think it'll be harder for this to shape itself because it is popping open. Here, let me take this back off first. So this is more of a hard kind of industrial leather. They said it was used for like horse materials. Sorry if I'm not very good at describing that, but it pops open by itself. That's intense. Wow. So it'll definitely take some time and some coaxing, but I'm really excited to be able to put my own life into it, if that makes sense. So let's put this back on here. But if I understand these protectors correctly, it keeps it from indenting on the leather, and sometimes you'll see like the ring indentations on the outside as well. It just kind of slows down that process. And I think it also kind of protects your rings a little bit. Like if your leather binder is closed and you don't have any protection between the ring and the leather, and then if you have objects on the outside, it could impact it. So I'm always happy to have a little bit of reinforcement because I'm not the biggest fan of seeing the rings get deformed or anything, and also not a fan of seeing the imprints. But oh my gosh, I might have to get one in the olive green. Oy. Okay, we'll see. They sell these pencil boards. So when you go and choose their binder, they're called SlimPads. And you kind of just customize as you go along before you add to cart. And it's really simple. They put it all in like the same listing, so it's not complicated to move around. But we have this plastic piece, and then what did I pick? All right, so the A5 bridal leather, 16mm rings in the Australia nut. I was between this and the London, but I felt like the London was too close of a brown to some stuff that I've already had. I have the silver spine with the silver rings. I wanted a ring protector in olive, and I wanted an elastic band with the wide pen holder. So they actually take one of these boards, it's like a plastic board, and they, oh wow, it's stitched so nicely. That's so pretty. I've tried stitching in leather and plastic before, and it is not easy. But yeah, they stitched the pen holder to the plastic board, and you also get the strap that you can use to close the book. If I remember correctly, when I was shopping on their website, they were only really offering the black, but the nice thing is that you can just email them and they're super responsive and super kind. They gave me the whole selection of elastic bands that you could actually choose from, and it doesn't have to be just the black band. So I asked for the red one because I thought it would look really good against the and it does. You would think I just saw it off screen, but I didn't actually comprehend that it looks really, really good. I think I asked her for the bright red one. So either the photo is different or she sent me the darker one, which I'm very happy. Thank you, Laura, for making that decision for me. I told her I would like the wine red for the pen holder because it's a contrasting color from this and from this. Perfect. One thing I also wanted to know, let's put it in. Oh wow. Here we go. Moment of truth. Wow. That looks really, really good, doesn't it? I'm so excited. This leather is funny because it's so like stiff, but not in a bad way. Stiff but bendable. So this is kind of what it looks like when you have the band on there. Oh my gosh. And everything feels very high quality. Something I wanted to know about the pen loop was whether or not it can hold common fountain pens, because the one from Plotter is way too thin, and the other one, like the ones you stick on, I don't really like it. You have to finagle. Is that the right word? I don't even know if finagling is a word with the elastic. And I wanted to know if a Pilot Vanishing Point or Pilot Capless would fit. Hold on. It fits perfectly. You guys, get your pen holder and elastic band from MeePlus. It's worth it to protect your entire Pilot Vanishing Point. Let's try some other of my favorite pens. We have a Sailor Pro Gear Slim. Fits perfectly. When we close the notebook, does it hang out? It does. Don't know if I love that because you can't protect the finials, but there's only so much protection you can ask for when you're trying to store a pen in a pen loop. I think it's phenomenal. Let's see. Let's do a TWSBI because it's bigger. Would that stretch it out? It's not elastic, it's leather. TWSBI fits too. That's awesome. I think you could maybe go one step further. Well, let's do a smaller pen first. Obviously, these should fit. This is the Pilot E95S or Elite 95S, and that'll protect your entire pen. Let me get my Pelikan M800. Pelikan M800. This is a pretty thick pen too, and it's my Grail pen. One of my Grail pens. Wow, so pretty. So it gets caught a little, and then you press it down and it spits it out past the leather cover. Wow. But this one's too precious to carry around, so I think we'll do the Vanishing Point. So pretty. I'm so happy. One other thing I asked her so many questions, you guys. I feel bad. I sent like a whole, I think it was 9 or 10 questions. I had to number them, but I just wanted to know everything so that I could communicate it with you. One thing I wanted to know was if you can add charms, and she said you can. And she actually said she was gonna send me a sample, but maybe I can't find it in the box, or maybe because they have it on their black elastic and not their color one. Plus, I think I might have overwhelmed them with my questions and keeping track of exactly what I wanted. But they have like a metal loop around it and it hangs a little charm. I think that's really cool. But you can slide it up and down. Hopefully we can see them add that option to their website soon because we all love customization. I asked them if they had any, especially for the A5 size, they don't have a finance tracker, which I was really interested in, and they also don't have like a pouch, like a zipper pouch or something to hold loose change. I mean, I don't plan on going out and about with this. This is probably going to live on my desk. But sometimes I like to put washi tape and ephemera and stickers in a pouch, and it would be great to see them make some kind of pouch with a zipper so we can keep loose contents in there. And I did provide them that feedback, so hopefully we'll see something in the future. Last but not least, let's get into some of the refills she sent me. I did tell her, like, send as little as you want or as much as you want. I don't mind. I know these are not cheap products, so I'm very grateful that they were willing to send me anything at all. I think it's amazing, and I could not be any happier about just my conversation and customer service experience with them was just really, really lovely. You guys don't understand how many paragraphs I sent them to read because I just got overly excited. I've never been a rings person, and now here I am thinking I'm gonna commit to this for 2026. I told her that I was interested in something that I could use for weeklies and monthlies and maybe like a year at a glance type of thing, and that I also like graph paper, and I wanted a finance tracker, but we'll see what she sent. I have no idea, but this looks like an undated weekly, which is awesome. The paper smells really good. Okay, the paper's kind of thick. I do recall for the website it said for A5 they had the thick paper. There's like a thin paper that's sort of like Tomoe River, but not quite, and then there's a thicker paper. So it looks like they sent about a month's worth. Oh, okay, maybe more. Hold on. Oh, well, I might have to count that. Their brand of paper refills is called Mini Joy. That's really cute. And then it starts on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then the next page, it says this week. Oh, and then it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then back to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Interesting. There's a gray bar across the top of that, but there's no like extra fluff or anything. No quotes or anything like that, so I kind of like that. I counted off camera to see how many are in here. There's graph paper. That's cool. It is a light gray, and the grids are, I don't know if you can see, but the vertical lines are dotted. Wait a minute. Some of the lines are heavily like dotted slashes, and then some of them are more subtle. I don't think that's showing up on camera. These ones here, dotted line, and then the horizontal is like a very, very small microscopic dotted line. But then these ones, yeah, like this is a fat dotted line and small dotted line. Big dotted line, small dotted line. Big dotted line, small dotted line. Okay, so the grid, I don't know how wide that is. Let me see if it's on their website. Okay, so according to their website, it's a 5mm grid, and the dimensions of the paper is 5.59 inches by 8.19 inches. And you can get it in a pack of 40 sheets. And this is for the A5, the thick series. She sent me 20 of this and 20 of that, so it's like half of each, which is great because it's enough for me to test it out. I don't think it can hold all of it, can it? Because the one thing about ring planners that I kind of have to get used to is it not being able to hold everything. But hopefully it can. All right. Ooh, it can hold, so what is this, 40 pages right now? And that's 40 individual sheets, not 40 front and back. Oh my gosh, that looks good. Okay, so far so good. I'm excited to try this. There's a lot of writing space, which I'm stoked about. But yeah, I wasn't planning on doing dailies in here, but it is nice to have some just scratch paper to take notes in case you need to. The weeklies though, I'm actually very into that. I don't think they have dated stuff right now, But that would be really cool if they came out with a dated planner thing. I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of it being fully customizable though. There's also this yearly plan. Let me move this out of the way. Yearly plan, Monday through Sunday, May, June. Oh, it's one of the ones that folds out. Okay, so this is the yearly plan. Wait, I like this a lot. I like this a lot, you guys, because there's actually room to write and it just folds out. So this is the yearly plan tri-fold. So it starts in January, goes February, March, April, etc. Cool. That's awesome. 2 of those. And then what is this? Monthly plan goals. Oh, wow. That's big. I'm really excited to do the A5. I'm tired of cramping up my hand using smaller notebooks. Got a nice graph paper on the back and a monthly plan for goals. This would be great. Oh, you could track something like your habits or your trend for the month. That would be awesome. I can see people wanting to get this for some of their smaller size notebooks too, because this might be a little overwhelming for how big it is, but I'm excited. 4, 5, oh wait, 6. I thought it was gonna be like 2, 7. We've committed 8, 9, 10. Nice. Okay, yeah, because they sell it in a pack of 20. So she gave me half of those. And then they make some other ones too. This is also sold in a pack of 20, the yearly. That's fantastic. I could even start one now and then switch to one for 2026. Wow. Okay, so if I were to set this up, I would do the yearly plan, and then I'm thinking like 3 months at a time would be good, or maybe even 1, because I don't want to overwhelm myself. But this isn't my full setup that I'm committed to. This is just what I'm theorizing. 3 of those for the monthly. These are really nice. They're very smooth. I might go back and order some refills and then do some weeklies, maybe like a month's worth. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 months, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 10. Is that too many? And then we'll just do a handful of maybe like 5 of these grid sheets. I wasn't gonna count it, but then I realized that it would be helpful for you to know how much fits in here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do one more. 10. And you can put this divider anywhere. I've actually been dividing out the blank pages from like more worked on pages. That's great. I could fit almost all of these in here. Maybe not. Wow, this is so pretty, you guys. I think this is it. This is my 2026. I'm gonna set it up different, but I'll show you guys in another video. Oh, this is what the trifold would look like. Wow, that's intense. And then this way, okay. 1 yearly plan, 3 monthly goals, about 6 of the weeks, and then about 10 pages of grid. But what if we just went and put all of it in there, just to see the capacity of the 16? I know this video is getting kind of long, but I do want to do a pen test before we wrap up. And I hope you're enjoying it like I am. I'm having a lot of fun. Definitely don't want to overwhelm the system. And then, whoops, there goes my fountain pen. I think it's okay though. Holy cow, there's still room. Go with the 16 if you don't mind rings. I know some people, they prefer the smaller rings because they don't want it to get in the way. All right, let's see if it's good with flipping. Well, that was the trifold, but yeah, it's still really good and it's still pretty compact and it fits. So that was what, like, you can do the math on how many pages that was, but I think it was 20 plus 20 plus 10 plus 10. So 40, 50, 60. This is 60 pages in here. I think that's wonderful. And it does look like it's pretty much at capacity. You could probably fit some kind of pouch in here too, but then you might start struggling with turning. You could fit it, it's just like, do you want to be uncomfortable? All right, so that's pretty much all I have for testing wise. I'm actually gonna take these out because I don't know if I'll use them just yet, but I think because they're undated, I can start now, and I think that's amazing. But what we're gonna do is test this paper, which I'm pretty sure, is this the same? This one seems like it has more pores, and this one's more coated. So it might not be the same, but I actually want to keep it for my own use instead of testing. So I'm just gonna test this. This one's so smooth. Can we sacrifice one of these? Am I crazy? I don't think I'm crazy. The trifold paper, I think, is a little different from the Glee and the grid. They're also a little different color. Like this is more white, and then this is more cream, and then this one is white, and then the grid is more white as well. So the only one that's really creamy, actually the grid and these are a little creamier than this. All right, let's move on to a paper test. I'm gonna put it in the binder. Just realized I should probably just test one of these for you guys too. I did receive these as a free product in exchange for making this video, just so you guys know. I guess I should have said that at the beginning of the video, but these are all my own opinions. They didn't say anything about what I had to say or anything. We have all my pink pens to do a swatch, and since May's already over, we can do that. Let's see. Let's do Monday. Ooh, I could do one of each. So that was the Ohuhu Pupe markers. A Tuesday with the Tombow dual brush pen. I might do a second pass. Let's check. Oh, trifold this way. Oh, hold up. It didn't bleed through. Let's do a second pass because the Ohuhu markers have been, I don't know how many passes that was. Maybe you can count. They're really good, but they have been kind of ghosting pretty hard on some papers, but it looks like it's found its match. That was like 8 passes. That's great. Crayola Super Tips, Zebra Mild Liner. Let's do the Paper Mate, the Karen Brush Pro markers. That one looks like it could bleed. And let's do the Pentel Sign, just because I want a different color on here. Okay, it did really well with all the highlighters. Nice. I hope I can speed through this because I don't want it to be too long of a video. But here is the metallic pen, the Archer and Olive acrylograph. I know I'm not supposed to prime it on the page, but maybe that'll help us see if it bleeds through or not. Posca marker, paint pen. Oof, let's prime. All right, we got our puddle. The Deco Color paint pen bleeds through everything. This oily marker used to, but it's starting to dry up. Tombow Fudenosuke and the Pentel Energel. No. The Sakura Pigma MB brush, Sakura Pigma Micron, the Uni Jetstream Hobonichi pen, the Le Pen. I hope you're able to use timestamps if you want to skip ahead in this video. I know it's getting a little long. This is the Pentel Energel and the Zebra Sarasa Dry 2.0. This was a Bic bright liner. Oh, a pencil. Some paper, I don't think it handles pencil well, but this one, not bad. And then a ballpoint. Ooh, Pilot G2. You know what I realized? I think I should do writing samples to see if anything feathered. Well, crap. I might do it off camera. And then let's do some fountain pens. You know what? I don't want it to look inconsistent, so we're just gonna do it like this. There's the TWSBI Eco, Sailor Pro Gear Slim. Little more feedbacky, but not bad. The Pelican M800, the Lamy Safari. Yeah, I should have done writing tests instead of scribbles. Ooh, the Lamy Accent with the 14 karat gold nib. That feels nice. Okay, let's see what it did. It's not bad at all. That's really good. The only thing that bled through, there was some ghosting from the Deco Color, and then the only other thing is the oily OOLY marker. All right, the cat's ripping at the furniture, so I'm gonna have to stop. Okay, so it's not in the correct order. I tried to follow as best as possible, but here are the pen written tests. The oily decided to work very well this time, and actually it bled through, but it did not transfer to the next page. And then here's all the like Posca mild liner. What's this one? Oh, the Deco Color is just peeping through, but hardly unless you shine it up to the light for ghosting. So for the yearly plan insert, ghosting almost non-existent. Bleed through, pretty much non-existent. I did save some of the most popular stuff that the planner community might be using so that I could do it in front of you guys. I haven't seen any type of feathering. I don't see any feathering. So let's move it closer. Pencil. I never like using pencil anymore. Pentel or gel. Oh, that's not bad. Smeared a little right there. Zebra Sarasa. Zebra Saras. This was the dry X20 in the 0.7. I'm just gonna go in on that. So if that one bleeds through, might have been my fault. This is the Hobonichi pen. It's the Uni Jetstream. I thought it was 0.3, but somebody told me it was 0.5. We've got a Le Pen, a ballpoint, or a roller ball. I actually don't know the difference. And I thought they were the same thing. Can you drop in the comments if you know? And so I don't have to look it up. Pilot G2 with the 10 size. Yeah, that's gonna smear, obviously. It's pretty dry paper. Not too bad. It's almost like MD paper. Let's get into fountain pens. TWSBI, no feathering. Eco, medium with a mixed ink. Sometimes fountain pens, if you do like more than one pass, especially if it has a sharp nib, it might bleed through. Here's a Sailor Pro Gear Slim, medium with Rorin Klingner. Alt, gold, oh shoot, Garoon. I don't know if that's how you say that. Okay, that one definitely picked up some fibers when I scribbled over it multiple times. So we'll see if it bleeds through. We had the Pelican 800 with a medium. Everything's a medium, I'm sorry. Pilot Blue. And then the Lamy is also a medium. Lamy, Safari, Pilot, Iroshizuku, Kirisame. I cannot be doing this many writing samples, you guys, because my wrists are not loving me right now, but it's not too bad. I've been trying to not put too much pressure on them. I also realized that this Lamy accent that I bought recently, it matches really, really well with this notebook. Like, oh, I don't want the Posca paint to get on here because you know I make a mess every single time. Every time I do a pen test, I make a mess. Lamy accent, broad nib. Tachia, Benetsuchi. This one has the 14 karat nib. And of course, we cannot forget our Pilot vanishing point that was still in the thing. Come on, it's a little snug in there now. So it wants to be protected for sure. Let's put the Pilot here. Pilot VP with a medium this is actually the 18 karat nib unit inside this Pilot capless that originally came with the steel alloy nib. This has Pilot ink in there as well, the Iroshizuku Shinryoku. I really hope this is good. I know even plotter paper sometimes feathers and sometimes bleeds through a little. Oh, you know what? This one. This is a cheapy fountain pen that I got from Five Below. And I don't know what kind of ink they use, but sometimes it feathers and bleeds in my plotter paper. So where do I put it? Here. Let's do it here. Five Below. Blue. I don't know it didn't come with an ink name. So we'll just do a couple slashes. There's not really much feathering. And this is what the fountain pens look like. Let's flip it over to the other side. That is great. The only thing that might be starting to come through is where I doubled. No, wait, that's the Pilot G2. The part where I said I scribbled the circle really hard with the Sailor, that didn't even bleed through. So this is fantastic. I am so happy. Thank you so much to MeePlus for sending this to me. I'm very, very honored to be able to test this out for you guys. Let's do a quick ink swab there. And for the first time on this channel, we don't have to make a mess in my notebook. So you guys know how I always do the Jacques Herbin Emerald de Chavoir ink swab where I kind of throw ink on the page and see how well it can handle. and I usually like flip the page and then the ink rushes down to the spine. Now I can take it out of the notebook and not deal with ruining my notebook. We are instead going to put the ink swatch up here on March so that if I want to use this for the rest of the year of 2025, I can, because September has passed. We have our tried and true Jacques Herbin Emerald de Chevoir. It has a beautiful red sheen and a gold shimmer. So let's hope we can see that in this paper. And I can do a very generous swatch here, I think. Let's just try to do our best. I switched to using the glass dip pen just so that I wouldn't have to do 2 utensils at once. Like I wouldn't have to use an eyedropper and then switch to a writing tool, which is kind of what I was doing before. Or I think I was using a round calligraphy nib and then switching to one of the Kakimori dip pens. And then I was also using the Pilot Iro Utsushi pen. But this is just so much easier. Okay, so we have Jacques Herbin. Let's write like a normal person. Emerald de Chevoir. This is the MeePlus yearly plan insert. This is just really good. I seriously might pick some up later. Okay, what we're gonna do is actually put this to the side and then swatch the other, at least I think it's the other paper type, and then we can just let this dry and we'll come back to it. Okay, here's the other paper. Maybe I'll do it like, no, I swear I'm gonna make it all messy. So what we're gonna do is take out 2 sheets. This is like the answer to my perfectionism, because if I mess up, I just toss that sheet away. So the reason I'm doing 2 sheets is because I do like to see if ink will transfer. If it bleeds through, will it transfer to the next page? But since we have this out, I might as well go ahead and do it so I don't have to wash the pen twice. Let me know if you guys have tried the MeePlus brand before, and if you did, do you like it? And if you haven't, would you be interested in trying it now? I'm very impressed with the quality of their products, and so far I think the paper, well, I can't make big claims, but I think the paper might be a little more fountain pen friendly than the plotter paper, at least for the thick edition. So this is the thick paper, thick A5 paper. And what are we doing again? Oh, Jacques Herbin Emerald de Chevoir. That'd be awesome if you could use this for swatches though. Similar to what I did earlier, I think I'm gonna do the most important pens to me, like to the planner community first, and then I might just do the other stuff off screen. So this is the Five Below pen, the blue ink, the Pilot Vanishing Point, medium nib with the Pilot ink. It was the Shin Ryoku. This is nice. It's definitely smoother than MD paper. This is really nice. I wonder what kind of paper it is. The Lamy Accent with the 14K nib, broad, Tachia. The Pelican 800 medium with the Pilot blue. The Twisby Eco medium nib. This one has a mixed ink of Diamine Appletini and I don't remember. I think it was like Roarin Klingner Old Gold Grün, but I don't remember now. And then right below it is the Sailor Pro Gear Slim medium nib with the Roarin Klingner Old Gold Grün. Usually my handwriting is not as messy, but with the wrist pain and being on camera and everything, I'm just trying to get through this as smoothly as possible. Lamy Safari with a medium, but I do appreciate everyone's patience with me in the delay on my videos. Pilot Kirisame. Okay, those are all the fountain pens. They look pretty good. There's no feathering that I see. So I think that's a really good sign. Do you see any? And then just some of the other stuff. The Pilot, or no, Pentel, Energel, the Zebra Saros. It's very smooth, the ballpoint. The ballpoint is not smooth, but I think that's just the fault of the ballpoint. Sometimes like ballpoints don't work well on smooth paper. This is the Pilot G2, the Hobonichi pen. So you can write smaller in the grid. This is just my kind of writing, which I think leans on the bigger side. Pencil's not very good, but that might just be me. Le Pen is okay. Has more resistance than some of the gel pens. And the Sakura Pigma Micron. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the camera off and come back when I have the rest of it swatched. I forgot some of the big ones from the planner community is the Tombow Dual Brush Pen, the Ohuhu. Let's do like a second pass. The Ohuhu Poupe and the Zebra Mild Liner. Mild Liner. And then finally the Acrylograph, the Archer and Olive Acrylograph. And we might as well do the Posca paint pen too. All right, well, okay, I'll be back. All right, you guys, hopefully we can wrap this video up, but here's the markers. Anything that has what looks like a weird brushy feathering moment is actually because the tip of my brush pens are not very good anymore. They're faded. There's really no feathering at all, and I think it's doing a really good job. The ink swatch, we can see the shimmer. Holy cow, that is beautiful. And then there's also the red sheen coming out there. So that is just wonderful. I love how friendly it is with the fountain pens. And then of course, it's not fully dry yet, but I think we can do the flip and see what it's like. Ooh, okay. All right, so in certain places, it bled through, and I think it's because of my style of swatching, but like, I find that whenever it has a sharper tip, it might cut the page. But that could be me, or it could just be the paper. So if you're doing like a generous swatch, it might not work very well. The Posca, where I pushed on the page to get the ink out, it did bleed through, and so did the oily. I do think it's a little worse than the trifold. Oh, and then there's a little blotch of Posca paint right there on the next page. But we didn't get to see the swatch yet for the other one, so we can't actually say that. Okay, and then here's this was the writing for the thick A5 paper right there. So it's not invincible paper, but you can, oh wow, look at that. In the thick, you can see all the properties of the ink. For regular fountain pen writing, it's really good. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Let's see if the other one dried. All right, so here's that trifold, and it's actually a heavier swatch than this one. So hope you'll forgive me if it's not comparable. But I did have it resting on my, what is this? My Luddite planner, and I'm gonna cover up my entry, but it kind of left like the water, the dampness from the moisture from this, because it was sitting on top of this, in case I was afraid it was gonna bleed through to the desk. It is a little wet. Isn't that interesting? Moment of truth. It's still drying. It's very, very wet. I see the shimmer. Do I see the sheen? There's a little bit over here. A little bit of red. I think it's darker. Is it just because it was a heavier swatch? What about the text? Emerald Chevoir. You can kind of see it. Yeah, it's pretty good. It was definitely a thicker lay down of ink, and then it was drying up on the nib down here, so it looks more like just regular teal with gold glitter, but you can kind of see it in the plan right here. And of course that exclamation point has not dried. But we're gonna turn it over and hope for the best. Oh, wow. That is really good. That is really, really good. I'm very happy. If anything, it's better than this. And this was a lighter swatch. So, I don't know. They might be the same paper and I might be crazy, but I think that's all I have for now. I'm seriously considering putting a few inserts in here and kind of working through it for the remainder of 2025. We'll see. But thank you so much to Laura from MeePlus for reaching out and sending this to me. I'm so happy to have this. Oh, okay. There was like something stuck to it and I thought I made a scratch into the leather. There is definitely like an oil film over this. So if you're a person who doesn't like an imperfect kind of application, then that might not be for you. But for me, I think it's perfect. And I don't know if you can hear the squeak. It's amazing. Squeaky leather. Yeah, but I thought it was like a blemish and I thought it was a scratch. I'm not gonna scratch it, but I am interested to see how this will patina over time. It's supposed to be pretty gradual, but at least now I have the video to reference. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching this video if you've made it to the end. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested. Do me a favor, and if you order from MeePlus, throw it in the comments or like reach out to Laura. Let me know that you watched my video and got sent over from me. I don't have an affiliate link with them or anything, but I think that would be kind of cool if Laura could hear from someone who ordered and was interested in their brand after watching my video. I think that would be really cool. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful, luxurious day. Bye.